Our country is blessed with rich natural resources, but sadly, we have repeatedly squandered these gifts. We are destroying nature's fragile treasures over time, but there is still a glimmer of hope. In this series, we take a look at various protected areas throughout the archipelago to learn the stories of the land, how it was once neglected and abused, and how it is slowly being renewed. This is Lauren Legarda, and I present Our Fragile Earth, Protected Areas of the Philippines. The slopes of Mount Banahaw are dwelling sites for various faiths and beliefs. It is a sacred landmark for thousands of devotees who flock to this three-peaked mountain every Holy Week to seek guidance and healing.
Isa sa nakita naming importanteng dapat gawin dito, yung paano i-manage yung mga bisita, lalo na kung mahal na araw. Kasi nga, dumadami na, and isa sa mga problema sa mga lugar na kagaya nito ay yung napakaraming tao.
Not only a pilgrimage site, Mount Banahaw is also home to many rare species of flora and fauna. The Rafflesia, a parasitic flowering plant found only in Southeast Asia, grows here. The Philippine cloud rat and other species of mammals roam within its forests. Its waterfalls, rivers, pristine pools, and caves attract mountaineers, adventure seekers, and those seeking healing from river systems believed to have medicinal value. The Mount Banahaw San Cristobal Protected Landscape is identified as a key biodiversity area in the Philippines. But years of unregulated climbing activities have taken its toll on Mount Banahaw. Its downtrodden trails became littered with trash, vandalism, smuggling of flora and fauna, and the installation of illegal structures are among the abuses suffered by the mountain. As hikers continue to ascend, the destruction of the protected landscape escalates.
Yun po ang pinakamatindi yung sa illegal structure dahil hindi po natin mapigilan na umunlad ng isang lugar. So ang isang barometro ng pag-unlad ay yung paglalagay ng mga bahay, pagtatayo ng mga bagong struktura. Mula sa dating dampa, nire-repair nila para maging isang concrete structure. So yun ang mahigpit namin pinagtatalunan halos dito ng mga tao.
The river systems that traverse the protected landscape, providing water for domestic irrigation and recreational purposes in 10 municipalities in Quezon and Laguna, are now contaminated by soap and shampoo used by pilgrims for cleansing.
Ang Banahaw ay isang watershed at pinanggagalingan ng mga tubig sa mga kalapit na bayan hanggang sa Laguna, province of Laguna. Tubig dito sa Banahaw yan. So yan ang isang matinding challenge namin pag Holy Week. Kung i-allowed sila na gumamit ng shampoo, ng sabon sa ilog, halos sabon na halos ang umaagos yan sa ilog. So yun naman ay nakalalason sa tubig natin.
4 hiking trails from Dolores and Sariaya, Quezon, particularly the frequently used Cristalino and Tatling Tangke trails in Barangay Kinabuhayan were closed down.
Kung dati-rati, pagkatapos ng mahal na araw ay nakikita nyo pag namasyal kayo dyan, ang mga trail ay sira. Sa dami kasi ng pumupunong tao at may mga patches ng mga clearings sa dinadaanan natin along doon sa pataas. Ay ngayon ho, wala na masyado kayong makikita kasi nga nagkaroon tayo ng moratorium area, hindi na pwedeng lumampas ang tao dun sa protected na lugar na yun. So nakukonfine na lang sila dito sa campsite na ito.
Sa religious site o zone, meron niyang mga activity na ginagawa like yung paliligo. So kinumpute namin ilan ba yung pwede lang na maligo sa isang araw doon sa lugar na yon. Merong lugar dito na tinatawag na kuweba na kung saan nagdarasal yung mga bisita. Kinumpute din namin kasi kung ilan lang yung dapat pupunta. Ayon sa aming pag-aaral, base sa mga statistics, na mahigit na 4,000 na tao ang pumupunta dito sa Mount Banahaw, lalong-lalo na pagka Lenten season. Sa aming computation, yung pinakamataas na pwedeng ma-accommodate sa isang lugar ay hindi pa aabot ng 3,000 dapat.
After 11 years, biodiversity assessments show that the protected landscape is significantly recovering and bouncing back to life.
Yung pag-close po namin ng selected trails ng Mount Banahaw, masasabi ko po na nagkaroon naman po ito ng impact o positive result. Kasi po yung degraded areas po, nag-come up na po tayo, nag-ano na po yung vegetation.
So pagka po tayo ay nagkakandak ng mga biodiversity monitoring, ay nakikita natin na nag-improve na yung biodiversity area dahil nakakakita na tayo ng mga hayop na lumalabas na nakakarating tayo ng mga ibon at nakakarating tayo ng mga huli ng mga unggoy. So nangangahulugan na hindi na siyadong distracted sila sa lugar na kanilalagyan nila.
Limiting human activities in Mount Banahaw has allowed the mountain to heal. The reforestation of 63,038 hectares of forest land under the National Greening Program also helped boost its recovery. In the coming years, Mount Banahaw may reopen to pilgrims and hikers. But to be able to sustain its natural resources for the next generation, we must become responsible stewards, a people respectful of nature's cycle and its limitations.